Before we go through this list of 6 phrases that you can say to a narcissist that will absolutely positively just tear these people apart, just rip them apart, we have to first of all understand this vital principle, and that is this: narcissists look down on you because they admire you. That, I know, that sounds counterintuitive. I mean, can those things both be true at the same time? And the answer is, well, yeah. The reason a narcissist looks down on you is because they admire you, is because they believe that you are better than they are. And so they don't like that comparison. So the way that they try to even the score in their twisted way of thinking is to beat you down. They can't elevate themselves, really. They can lie about themselves. They can create a false image about themselves, and they do that with great flair. But what they prefer to do is to beat you down. Now, something I've noticed that narcissists will nearly always say, at least the narcissists that I've had difficulty with, is they have this thing where they always accuse other people of being arrogant. Have you noticed that? I mentioned that in a video just a day or two ago. That they like to accuse others of being arrogant because what else can they say about them? I mean, here's this person that the narcissist feels hopelessly inferior to. But this other person has a better job. The other person has a better life. The other person has a better family. The other person has a better car. The other person has a better control. They're more centered mentally. Everything about this other person is superior to the narcissist, and still the narcissist has this thing where he's got to tear the other person down. It's pretty much all I can think of is this guy is... well, he's just arrogant. Well, that's basically nothing. I mean, how do you put arrogance in a bottle and look at it? How do you put that in a lab and examine it? Well, you can't. That's why the narcissist uses that term, is because everybody can identify with it, and everybody, not everybody, but most everybody, once they get that perception that you're arrogant, that a person is arrogant, they don't let go of it. It's hard to let go of. So the narcissist uses that. So anyhow, before we get into these 6 things, I wanted to make sure that everybody understands the reason why a narcissist looks down on you. It is because in his or her mind, you are actually superior, and they don't like that. They don't want you being superior, so they're going to beat you down. All right. So with that in mind, what words and phrases can you say that will just rip the narcissist to shreds? Number 1 is say, you're wrong. Just flat out tell them that they are wrong. Now, if you want to add something to this to make it a little bit more painful for the narcissist, when you're telling them that he or she is wrong, kind of smile or laugh when you say it. That is so humiliating. One thing a narcissist hates is being humiliated, particularly in front of other people. Now, I want you to understand these 6 phrases are not suggestions. I'm not saying you go out and start telling the narcissist in your life that he or she is wrong and then laugh in their face. I'm just saying it's what works if that's what you want to do. I'm just making an observation here. But I don't like to give that kind of advice, but what I found to be the most effective thing in dealing with a narcissist is just don't talk to them at all. I mean, just say absolutely, positively nothing to these people, because the reason is, why would you fight with them? They love to fight. They like that, because once you say you're wrong and you kind of laugh at them, they're going to come back at you. They can't let you get away with that. Now, maybe you got all kinds of time. Maybe you think it's fun to fight with narcissists, or you just like to fight. I would rather take my life and put it to something that is more productive. And these people, by and large, they actually are nobodies. You kind of feel sorry for them. But it's hard to feel sorry for them because they hurt so many people. Willfully, intentionally, knowingly, they put other people down. All right, number 2 is this. If you want to rip through the heart of a narcissist, say something like, I just don't believe you. You can't say that to a narcissist. I mean, a self-respecting narcissist, because they're always right. There's nothing not to believe. I mean, if a narcissist said it, it's true because the narcissist said it. That's it. And we've talked about this in other videos, but one of the things that narcissists love to do is they love to puff themselves up. They like to present stories about themselves, and not all narcissists do this, but I have seen it on some rare occasions. Well, I mean, maybe not even rare occasions, but on occasions where a narcissist will present himself maybe as being a war hero. Remember, we talked about that before? Or maybe he or she will present himself or herself. Usually it's a guy that does this, but as being super religious and fighting off the armies of hell because they're coming to take over the world and set up a new world government. Well, maybe they are, but I'm pretty sure your narcissist isn't God's chosen one to save the world. I'm 100% sure of that. I mean, I'm just 100% sure of it, but the narcissist is not. And I've seen these guys. They will actually present themselves as the hero who is standing against the wiles of the devil and the evils of the world. They're not doing a very good job of it. I mean, but that's the perception they want others to have of them. And when I've had narcissists in my life who have done that, I just flat out didn't believe them. But I did believe that they believed it. I thought, okay, this guy's a little nuts. He needs some help, and so I'm going to befriend him. Help him along his way because he doesn't have a job, doesn't have a place to live, doesn't have any people he can depend on. Got a wide circle of friends, people that he can rip off and scam and grift, but people that he can really depend on. Not so much. So one of the biggest mistakes I've made in my entire life was trusting these people and trying to help them. I just, whatever, but I learned the hard way. Okay, so if you say, I don't believe you to a narcissist, you're really cutting deep. If you say this, number 3, I don't trust you. Why does that hurt the narcissist so much? Because you got to understand that, at least the narcissists that I've encountered, is their whole life is based upon deception. They are con artists. They take, first of all, they create a trust value in other people where other people will trust them and win confidence. They win confidence in these other people, and then they take advantage of that confidence. They take advantage of that trust. That's what they're all about. And if you tell a narcissist, I don't trust you, you just kicked his legs out from under him. Not literally, but that's his mode of operation. His trickery. Having this false persona that he or she presents about him or herself. And when you say, I don't trust you, you're just a fake. Man, that cuts deep. Another iteration of that I put down here was, can I confide in you? You're talking to the narcissist and say, can I tell you something in confidence? Well, of course you can. And then, the narcissist is looking at you waiting for some juicy gossip that they can use against you later. And then you say, nah, never mind, I can't trust you. Oh, that just rips a narcissist to shreds. All right, number 4, here's another one they don't want to hear because it's oh so true. And tell a narcissist that, oh man, you're a loser. No, they don't want to hear that. Because a narcissist likes to imagine themselves as not only being the winner, but they are the supreme winner. They're the individual that everybody else in the world would come to for advice and encouragement and leadership. But, they just can't handle everybody all the time. Now, narcissists actually view themselves this way because they have this very, 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 very low sense of self-worth, so they make up all this other stuff, and they begin to believe it, and they expect other people to believe it as well, so they're wearing all the stage makeup, and they're wearing the fake hair, and they're wearing the mask, and they're wearing the wardrobe, and you saying, you're all fake, you're just a loser, you're not even a good actor. Just rips them to shreds. All right, number 5 is this. I'm sorry, I don't have time for you. Or another way of saying that is, sorry, but I'm kind of busy. Call me back. Maybe next month. No, I'm going to be busy next month. I forgot. I got to wash my hair next month. Call me back in 2 months or something silly like that. But if you just put them off, I really don't have time for your nonsense. Once the narcissist realizes that you perceive him or her as just a nutcase, just nonsensical, that cuts them very deep. Now, I got to go back and reiterate what I said earlier. I'm not encouraging you to use any of these phrases. I'm just saying that they do cut deep if you do use them. What I think particularly is the most effective approach to dealing with a narcissist is just stay away from them. If you want to devalue a narcissist 100%, don't get engaged in any of this tit-for-tat conversation. The way to devalue a narcissist is to make it clear to him or her, not in words but in actions, that they're just not worth your time. You tried hanging out with them, you tried being their friend, you tried being their buddy, and all they did was grifted you or stole from you or ripped you off or took advantage of you. Some narcissist couple in my life, actually scammed me for thousands of dollars. And if, fortunately, I was in a position where I was able to absorb the losses, but they didn't care. They could have left me wounded and bleeding by the side of the road, figuratively speaking, or maybe literally speaking, financially. Didn't even occur to them. They don't care. They got away with a scam. That's the only thing that matters to them. But if you say this, I just don't have time for this, go away. Maybe later, but probably not. No, I don't want to have lunch with you. I got other things to do, like stare at the wall. That cuts deep. Communicate to the narcissist that he or she is not worth your valuable time, even if you're not doing anything. Number 6, we'll close out with this. By the way, there are probably 6 million of these things, but number 6 is, you're really not that smart. Now, every narcissist that I've ever encountered imagines himself or herself to be of superior intelligence. One thing I've noticed about really smart people is they don't tell people they're really smart because they don't have to. Just like a guy who's really tall doesn't run around bragging about how tall he is because it's kind of obvious. And a person who is highly intelligent doesn't need to impress people with their intelligence because, it's just out there. Everyone can see it. So a narcissist doesn't feel all that smart, so he has to, or she has to, impress other people that he or she knows how to do this better than anybody else. And it doesn't matter what it is. It could be something simple like opening a box. They know how to open the box better than you. Or, I got this pop can here. Taking the lid off of a pop can. Here, let me do that. I know how to take the lid off a pop can. That's the way these people think. But in reality, keep in mind, they're covering up who they really are, and that is somebody who has extremely low self-esteem. So you just rip off a mask and you say, I can't believe you're that stupid. Why would anybody do something that dumb? Why would you even think that? I mean, that's the thinking process of a moron. That will cut them deep. Now, I've said this twice before. I'm going to say it one more time. That the way to devalue a narcissist is don't communicate with them in any way whatsoever. The fact that you even acknowledge their existence is feeding them supply, which is what they're all about. You're boosting their ego. Best thing you can do is just totally go gray rock when that's possible. I know it's not always possible, but when that's possible, that's what I personally do for myself. I just avoid them totally, get them out of my life. Eventually, they're going to figure it out. It may take them a year or two, but they're going to figure it out. There's no more supply from Ken. You're not going to get it. So you may as well stop wasting your time and go on and pick another target, pick another source of supply. Do you see those two rectangles on the screen? If you want a conversation to continue, I encourage you to click on one of those two rectangles and we'll just keep on talking. But if not, well, thanks for stopping by and we will see y'all next time.